Hello, Bridgerton lovers. How are you? So today we are talking about Bridgerton Season 1, Episode 6, titled Swish. And in this episode, we are going to see Daphne on her honeymoon, and we are going to see how uninformed she is about the physical aspects of the marital bed. We're also going to see Colin come to a decision about Marina. So the first scene in the episode, it is Daphne and Simon arriving home at Cliveden, and then they arrive and Simon introduces Daphne to the housekeeper, and then Simon kind of swoops Daphne away to the bedroom. All while this is happening, Lady Whistledown is narrating, and she says, "Dearest gentle reader, I must send felicitations to the new Duke and Duchess of Hastings, congratulations and stamina as they embark on the most exhilarating time in a young couple's life." And of course, I'm talking about the honeymoon. And then she says, "Is there a more romantic notion than to retreat from society together, finally leaving watchful eyes?" So we are now back in the Ton in the next scene, and we are at a garden party. And at this event, Colin gets everyone's attention, and he tells everyone that he has asked Miss Marina Thompson to marry him, and she has said yes. And this makes the Featheringtons really happy. They're so excited, and Anthony is really upset, and he's like, "Did you know?" to their mom, and she was like, "Everyone is watching, go congratulate the couple." But she is also really upset with Colin because Anthony and Violet don't think that Colin is old enough and ready to get married. So we are back at Cliveden with Simon and Daphne, and Mrs. Coulson, the housekeeper, is giving Daphne a tour, which she's been wanting to do since they got there. And she seems to be getting really annoyed with everything Daphne is saying to her. And this is because she doesn't like how improper Daphne is. So then we are at dinner. Daphne is waiting for Simon to arrive to eat dinner because he's been working really late going over some of the stuff the steward hasn't been doing. And they don't like the formal setting that they have, and so Daphne ends up moving her stuff down closer to Simon at the dining table, which really surprises all the servants that are there. And then Simon starts removing her gloves, and then he starts kissing her arm. And they go outside to continue, and then it starts raining on them, so then they go and find some shelter under this building, and they make love on this building. And then throughout much of this episode and this part, that's what they continue to do, like all over the house, that, they're in their honeymoon phase. And at one point, they are in one of the rooms, and the maids are outside giggling. And then Mrs. Coulson comes up and shoos them away, and she listens for like a second, and then she's like, and walks away. So we are back at the Bridgerton home, and Colin is talking to his mom about his engagement and how serious he is. And then we see Lady Featherington, and she takes Marina to the modiste for her trousseau. And while they're there, Eloise and Lady Featherington are there. And Eloise is there to get her hem dropped since she's going to be out in society soon. And Lady Featherington invites all of them over for dinner that evening. And then we also see Genevieve pulling Lady Featherington and Marina to the side, and she was like, I can't make you anything else until you paid your bills. And Lady Featherington's like, you have to. And she's like, I can't. Maybe you can go down to someone on the other side of town. And Marina's like, what part of France did you say you're from? Your accent is a little strange to me. Marina tells Genevieve that she realizes her accent is fake, and if she doesn't make them the dresses, then she is going to tell everybody, which would not be good for her or for her business. So we are back at Cliveden at the fair, and Daphne is there, and they're watching the pig, and she is supposed to choose who the winner is, and she learns that the winner will be slaughtered, and she's just like, doesn't want that to happen, so she just says, oh, well, then they tie, and none of them get slaughtered. And she doesn't realize this until later, but this really offends the village people, because the person who won and their pig was slaughtered, they get the prize winnings, and then they also get to give pork for the year to Cliveden, which would support their family so much. So by not choosing a winner and not letting any of them get slaughtered, nobody won that, and then they all felt like they were snubbed. So once she learns of this, she quickly amends it and fixes all of that. So we are at the Featherington house, and Marina comes down to show everybody her new dress, and Lady Featherington tells her to swish, which is what the episode is titled after. And she wants her to show off and see if any of them can see her bump when she moves, which they can't really tell. And Lady Featherington tells Marina that she is going to bring up the subject at dinner of a swift marriage. But when she does at dinner, Anthony dismisses this very quickly. And then after dinner, Penelope follows Colin out of the room, and she is trying to warn him about Sir George and how Marina is in love with him still, and that she has always been in love with him, and Colin just doesn't want to listen and doesn't care. And this is when Marina comes out and tells Penelope that her mom is looking for her and to go back in. And then Marina kind of puts on this sob story to get Colin to, give in to what she wants. And she's like, oh, nobody even cares about me, not even your family. Nobody wants me. And she wishes they could just be married this minute so that they never have to be apart again. And Colin's like, oh, well, we can get married in a few days' time. Just give me a day to get ready and we can go to the Scottish border. Which this makes Marina very happy. So in this next scene, we are back at Cliveden. Mrs. Coulson's catching Daphne picking lavender by herself, and she's like, next time just tell me and I will ensure that everything is done properly. And the way she says this makes Daphne a bit upset, and this is when Daphne realizes she's been really upsetting Mrs. Coulson with the way she does things. So then they, after Daphne gets back from the village, this is when her and Mrs. Coulson end up sitting and having some tea and chatting for the first time. They're really sitting together and getting to know each other and chatting. And Daphne apologizes for how little she knows about being proper as a duchess, and Daphne apologizes about her mistakes and how she doesn't, know everything she should be doing as a duchess. And then she asks Mrs. Coulson about Simon and what happened with him as a child, and then she learns like how terrible of a time his mom had in getting pregnant and having a child for his father and what all of that. So we are now back at the Featherington house, and Penelope has discovered that her mom has forged the letter from Sir George. And Penelope tries to show Marina, and Marina's just like, it doesn't matter now. I'm marrying Colin. Sir George doesn't care about me. He never even wrote me back. And then while Penelope was digging in Marina's things and realized that her mom had forged that letter, she'd seen that Marina had a bag packed. So then she brings it up and says, why do you have a bag packed? And she's like, are you going to Scotland? And Marina doesn't deny it. And Penelope's like, you can't do that. And this is when Marina's like, you love him, don't you? It's an unrequited childish love. He looks at you the same way he views Eloise and Hyacinth, like a sister. So we are back at Cliveden, and after the conversation with Mrs. Coulson about the right seed with Simon's mom, Daphne becomes really curious, and she goes to Rose's room, and she's like, Rose, don't lie to me, don't keep out any details, tell me, how does someone come to be with a child? So then, after this conversation, she realizes Simon's been lying to her about not being able to have children. So then all throughout dinner, she's not even really listening to Simon. And when he comes to bed, she pretends to be asleep already. So the next night, when they go to bed, she's got this plan. She's like, I'm gonna find out if he's been lying to me. So when they're doing it, she flips him and she puts herself on top. And this is so that like he can't pull away when he finishes. So then he can't pull out when he finishes. This is when Daphne realizes he's lied to her. And she's like, you lied to me. And he's like, I did not. I told you I couldn't have children. And she's like, cannot and will not are two different things. And Simon says to her, I was willing to die so you wouldn't have to give this up. And what you wanted. Because that's how much he loves her. And Daphne's like, you don't lie or betray the one that you love. So in this next scene, we see Penelope come to see Eloise, who is on her swing as usual. And Penelope is crying to her about everything that just happened with Marina at dinner with Colin and everything. And I'm going to go put on a set of lashes and a coat of mascara, and I'll be right back. So the next day, Lady Whistledown is put out. And in this Lady Whistledown, she announces that Marina Thompson is with child and has been since the moment she arrived. So that takes any suspicion away from Colin. And the episode ends with Lady Whistledown saying, can the ends ever justify such a wretched means? So in this episode, we see a lot of Simon and Daphne enjoying their honeymoon for a while. They go at it a lot in this episode. And then we see Penelope being really protective of Colin because she loves him and she's trying to keep him from being pulled into something by Marina. We see Daphne really learning her place as a duchess, and Simon learning his place as a duke and then taking control of what they need to be handling in this episode as well. Then we see Simon betraying Daphne because, you know, he told Daphne he couldn't have children, whereas it was more of a choice where he doesn't want to, which we already knew because he made this vow to his dad that he never would. And Daphne feels very betrayed by it, but at the same time, Daphne tricks Simon in the bedroom, which is also a little bit of betrayal on her end. So then they're kind of both really angry with each other and stuck at an impasse during this. So let me know what you thought of this episode. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the next 2 episodes. There are only 2 more, episode 7 and episode 8 left in this season. I can't wait to see what happens next, especially between Daphne and Simon after their struggle. I'm wondering what we're going to find out in the next 2 episodes, if we're going to find out who Lady Whistledown is. And, you know, they're kind of leaving little bits and pieces here and there that we can see Eloise kind of going through and tracking down. So it's really fun to watch that as well. Let me know what you think. Tell me who your favorite character is so far as well. My favorite characters are still Eloise and Benedict. They are the 2 characters that aren't the norm in society, and that's what I really enjoy. I enjoy the differences that we have in society, and I think it's really fun to see all those differences come to life on screen. If you love TV shows, and if you love Bridgerton, and if you love makeup and reviews and recaps, don't forget to like and subscribe for this channel, because every Tuesday and Thursday I am going to be doing recap, review, and makeup for different TV shows that come out. Let me know what your favorite TV shows are right now, and I can take a look and see if I want to do those. Or let me know what new shows coming out that you would love to see some reviews and recaps of, and I can look into doing those as well. I'd love to hear your ideas about what you want to see. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a really great day.